Imagine a world where you and your friends make all the rules for your school. That's the basic idea behind democracy. The power belongs to the people. The word itself comes from ancient Greece, meaning rule by the people. It's more than just a system of government. It's a commitment to the belief that every citizen should have a voice in how they're governed. If you've ever voted for a class president or captain of a team, you've participated in a micro-democracy. The foundational idea of American democracy is popular sovereignty. Simply put, it means the government exists only because we the people allow it to. Think of it like a job contract. The people hire the government to do a job, and if the government doesn't perform, the people can change who's in charge through elections. The preamble to the Constitution, "We the people," isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a statement that the ultimate authority in the United States resides with its citizens. Democracy has a critical balancing act: majority rule, minority rights. When it's time to decide, the majority's choice generally wins. That's the rule part. But what stops the majority from just ignoring or even harming the smaller group? That's where minority rights come in. Our system ensures that even if your candidate or idea loses the vote, your fundamental rights and freedoms are still protected. It's like agreeing to play the game the winner wants, but only if they promise not to change the rules just to make you lose forever. One of the clearest benefits of living in a democracy is the guarantee of individual rights and freedoms. These aren't privileges the government gives you. They are inherent rights that the government is obligated to protect. When the Constitution was first ratified, many people felt these rights weren't clear enough, which is why we got the Bill of Rights. Things like the freedom to speak your mind, practice any religion you choose, or gather with friends to discuss an idea. These are the core freedoms that separate a democracy from a dictatorship. The principle of the rule of law is what keeps a democracy from turning into a place where only the powerful can do whatever they want. In countries without the rule of law, if a leader doesn't like you, they can just make up a reason to punish you. Here, the law is supreme, and everyone, from the president to a regular citizen, must follow it. It means if a police officer breaks the law, they face consequences just like anyone else. This equality under the law is key to maintaining a fair and stable society. How do you stop one person or group from taking over? The framers of the Constitution had a clever solution: separation of powers. They divided the national government into 3 distinct branches. Imagine a school with 3 separate committees. One that writes the rules, legislative; one that makes sure everyone follows the rules, executive; and one that decides if a rule was broken and what the punishment should be, judicial. This division is designed to keep the power in check. The separation of powers isn't enough on its own. The branches also need a way to keep an eye on each other. This is called checks and balances. Think of it as a tug of war where no one side can ever quite pull the rope all the way over. For instance, Congress can pass a law, but the president can reject it with a veto. Then, Congress can overrule that veto if enough members agree. And finally, the Supreme Court can look at the law and say, "Nope, that goes against the Constitution." It's a constant, healthy struggle for balance. The legislative branch is where all the laws begin. In the United States, this is Congress, and it's split into 2 houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. This structure is called bicameral. Imagine you have 2 teams working on a project. One team is large and represents people based on population, and the other is smaller, giving equal representation to every state. Both teams have to agree before the idea becomes a reality. It's designed to be slow and careful. The job of the executive branch is to put the laws that Congress passes into action. This branch is headed by the president. The president is like the CEO of the country. They're responsible for running the government, commanding the military, and dealing with other nations. When Congress creates a law about protecting the environment, it's the various agencies and departments under the president that actually hire the scientists and enforce the new regulations. The judicial branch, with the Supreme Court at its peak, is where the law is interpreted. Their most significant power is judicial review, which is the ability to look at any law passed by Congress or any action taken by the president and say, that is unconstitutional, essentially striking it down. They are the ultimate referees of the Constitution, ensuring that all laws and actions adhere to the founding principles of the nation. The concept of federalism can be confusing, but it's really just about sharing power. Think of it like a recipe. Some ingredients are handled only by the federal government, like making money or declaring war. These are the delegated powers. Some are handled only by the state government, like setting up schools or issuing driver's licenses. These are reserved powers. And some, like building roads or collecting taxes, are shared. This system allows for national unity while still letting states have control over local issues. A core difference between a democracy and a dictatorship is the presence of free elections. This is the peaceful way to change leaders and policies. The free part means people can vote without being pressured or threatened, and the fair part means every legal vote is counted equally. Imagine if every 4 years you could peacefully fire or rehire the person in charge of your entire country. That's the power of the ballot box. Political parties are a fundamental part of the political landscape. They are groups of people who share similar ideas about how the government should run, and they work together to get their candidates elected. In the US, we mostly have a two-party system with Democrats and Republicans. They each create a platform, a list of what they promise to do if elected. While they often disagree, their competition is part of the system that keeps power from becoming too concentrated. A democracy isn't a spectator sport. It requires citizen participation. The most basic and crucial way to participate is to vote, but it goes beyond that. Doing your civic duty, like serving on a jury if called, is essential. Imagine trying to play a soccer game where half the team refuses to get on the field. The game falls apart. Similarly, a healthy democracy needs citizens to stay informed, volunteer, and engage in their communities. The freedom of the press is often called the watchdog of the government. In a democracy, the media isn't controlled by the state. It's free to investigate and report on what the government is doing, even if it makes the officials look bad. This is a vital tool for accountability. If the government knows someone is watching and will report any wrongdoing, they are less likely to abuse their power. This protection is guaranteed by the First Amendment. Another pillar of freedom is the right to peaceful assembly. This allows citizens to gather in public to express their views, whether it's supporting a cause or protesting a government policy. It's a way for a group of people to amplify their individual voices into a powerful collective statement. The key word is peaceful, as long as the assembly doesn't break laws or infringe on others' rights. It is a protected, powerful, democratic act. The idea of limited government is the whole point of a constitution. It means the government is not all-powerful. Its authority is strictly defined and restricted by a founding legal document. Unlike a king or dictator who can rule by their own will, the U.S. government can only do what the Constitution explicitly allows it to do. This limitation is the ultimate safeguard against tyranny and ensures that our individual rights remain safe. Due process of law is a complex-sounding term that's actually very simple and fair. It means that the government must follow all the proper established rules and procedures when it takes any action against a person. If you're accused of a crime, you have a right to an attorney, to a fair and speedy trial, and to confront your accusers. Due process is the ultimate protection against arbitrary arrest or punishment. It makes sure the government plays by the rules when people's lives or liberties are at stake. While we talk a lot about the three branches of government, we should also recognize the impact of non-governmental organizations, NGOs. These groups, like the Red Cross, environmental organizations, or local charities, work outside of the official government structure. They play a crucial role by providing services, advocating for change, and holding the government's feet to the fire on various issues. They are a powerful, independent force that enhances democratic action and debate. Finally, we must understand that democracy is a responsibility, not just a given. It's not a machine that runs on its own. It requires maintenance, which means you. Being a good democratic citizen involves developing civic virtue, a commitment to the common good over purely personal gain. As you get older, your role will expand. Stay informed, listen to views different from your own, and participate, because the quality of your government is a direct reflection of the effort you and your fellow citizens put into it.